So we're 5 days into May already. I forgot to film the intro of this video, so. Hey guys, it's Amelia, but not the pilot, just Amelia. We're in May already? That's crazy. So here we are. I am currently reading On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous. It's so good. It's interesting because it's like, there's not really a plot, and the characters are also not, I guess the characters are the main focus, but like, it's just really pretty writing and very interesting and eye-opening, and I really like it so far. So I'm only like 30 pages into that, but I'm also still currently reading the 99 PI book. I'm actually about like halfway through it, but it's really heavy, so I don't want to carry it around on the subways anymore. And then I'm planning on reading Klara and the Sun and Midnight Library this month, so I'll get to those probably next week. Finished 2 books already because at work I've been listening to the Narnia books as audiobooks. All I could say is my Narnia, like, re-obsession. I never really liked Narnia as a kid. Like, they were fine. I think my dad read them to me when I was like 6, and I've never read them for myself. So this has been an interesting time because I never realized how religious they are. I don't know. When I was a kid, I completely missed that, but they're so heavily religiously metaphorical. And so I've read Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe and the Magician's Nephew or something, which I'm not really sure if that's the correct order to read them in, but that was the order the audiobooks were in on Hoopla. So yeah, I'm listening to like one of those a day. I'm probably gonna listen to The Horse and His Boy today, I think is the 3rd one. Literally don't remember this one existing, so I'm here for Prince Caspian, honestly. We love Ben Barnes. I also am very, very excited because I found this new book website thing. It's sort of like Amazon, sort of not. It's called Thriftbooks, and you can find used books and buy books for like $3. It's super great and good for the environment. And so they were having a sale the other day because it was Earth Day, and of course I had to buy some. So I got The Princess Bride and The Secret History, and I'm very excited about both of these. I'm just excited. Ooh, so I'll be reading those soon as well. So that's all I have to update you with right now. Oh, I'm also reading Keep Moving by Maggie Smith as an ebook. So I hope I'll finish all of these soon. That's all I'm doing right now. I'll check in with you soon. Bye! Good evening. It is May 7th. It is the end of week 1. I have finished 4 books. 4? I take it back, 5 books. I can't count. I've finished 4 Narnia books, but we're not going to talk about this right now. I'm going to save that whole conversation, that hot mess of a book series, for when I finish the whole series collectively. I'll tag it down below. You could jump to that if you would like to hear my Narnia rant. But I just finished On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous, and we need to talk about this masterpiece of a book. I'm so excited that I've read so much this year because I've been able to read such amazing books. On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous was a beautiful book. I've never read a book before that, I mean, there really wasn't a plot per se. It's very character driven, but it just read like a poem almost. Like, it's so whimsical is not the right word, but like so flowy and dreamlike, but connecting things and creating metaphors, and things are happening grammar, like layout wise as well in the book. It was just beautiful. It was a beautiful book. You should check it out. The story is about a Vietnamese American boy who is gay and growing up in America with an immigrant mother who is traumatized by the Vietnamese War, the Vietnam-American War, where America heavily destroyed Vietnam. Interesting, and it raises a lot of points on the Vietnam War that America did to Vietnam, the horrible things that America did, and also growing up as an Asian American, as a child of immigrants, and as a gay person in America. touches on all these things, and it was so good, and I need you guys to check it out. I'm also listening to the Sense and Sensibilities audiobook, so I started that, and I think my next book that I plan on reading is Klara and the Sun, which I'm very excited about. I'll check in with you soon. Bye! Hello, it is May 10th, and I just finished a book, but I wanted to talk about the books I read last month first, because I did make my Namjoon reading challenge video last month, which took up so much of my time that I didn't end up making a April reading monthly wrap-up video, and I mostly read the Namjoon books, but I did read a couple others, so I just wanted to chat about those real fast. In April, I listened to the Prisoner of Azkaban Harry Potter book. What else is new? But then later in the month, I listened to Sorcerer's Stone for a secret project that I'm not going to tell you about right now, but I'm very excited about, so stay tuned for some Harry Potter content, maybe around September. I'm very excited. I also listened to the Shadow and Bone audiobook because I wanted to re-listen to it before I watched the TV show. TV show was great, by the way, but I have many thoughts on it, so let's get into it. First off, the show is good, in my opinion, if you've read the books beforehand. If you have not read the books beforehand, it's a trashy, like, sci-fi show. Like, it's like a CW show. The acting is good. The costumes are good. The, like, plot is good because they took it from the books, but, like, something about it is bad. I think it's the editing, the sound mixing, and the CGI were all just mediocre, and that's on Netflix. That's Netflix's fault. That's all I'm saying. Do I want a season 2? Yes, I need to see Wyland. I need Nikolai also. Oh my god, Nikolai? I need him. I'm very excited about the little plot that they weaved in the TV show. So if you're not aware, the Shadow and Bone book series is a trilogy that just has like Alina and her pals. And then there's a duology called Six of Crows that has the Crows, which is like Jesper, Kaz, Inej, Wyland, Matthias, Nina. But since this is a prequel for the Six of Crows characters are in the TV show on Netflix, but they're not like supposed to be, so it's a new storyline, and they got like woven into the main plot, which I thought was so cool. It was so cool. The goat, also love. We love Milo. Next, I read They Both Die at the End, and honestly, this book sort of sucked. I don't know if I'm just, like, aging out of the young adult genre, but I feel like this book got lots of hype, and I was, like, disappointed with it. It is a romance, and it is about two kids, teens. I would put this in the category that I call young teens dying, which is a very popular category in the young adult category. If you haven't noticed, there's a lot of books that have teens dying. I don't really know, whatever. It's a romance thing. I'm gonna move on. This is not the rant today. The rant today is that this book was just like not it. The writing style was very slangy because they were trying to be cool and hip with the kids. But my cousin, who is a verified teen, also read the book and was like not into it. I think they sort of liked it, but like not 5 stars vibe, you know? And I feel like if it's not 5 stars in the young adult vibe, then what is it, you know? The plot follows two teens. It's like going back and forth, telling the stories from their two different perspectives. A couple other perspectives as well as that. But the concept is sort of cool. The concept is that there's this company that knows when you will die. And so the morning or day that you will die, you get a notification saying today is your death day. Live your life to the fullest. Good luck with that. And then you do die that day. No one knows how they get their information, but they do, and it's always correct. And people do crazy things on their death days, and they have all this type of like activities you could do specifically designed for people who are dying, which I think is crazy. There's like a type of Tinder app for people to meet their last friends and like spend the day with someone doing meaningful things. There's like this arena you could go to where you could have like virtual reality experiences to experience the things you won't have time to do. Very interesting concept. Poorly executed. Also, the romance to me was just so lame. I don't know if I just like haven't read a young adult book in such a long time, but like it was just so like slow and they did nothing. But I mean, they are teens, so I get it. But I was also I guess I'm just an adult now and I just read smutty books. I don't really know, but I thought the romance was sort of boring. It was exciting though because it was between two guys, so we love some queer representation. I'll take what I could get, you know? Next, I listened to Sapiens as an audiobook, and I honestly thought it was sort of boring. Was it a little interesting? I guess there were certain things where I was like, okay. But for the most part, it was boring. But I'm glad I read it, because now I get to also say that I've read that one. I feel like everybody's read this book. And last but not least, in April, I wrapped up the month by reading Is This Anything by Jerry Seinfeld, and boy did it suck. No, it's not anything. It's essentially a bunch of different stand-up comedian things that he has written down in his notepad over the years and then hasn't used, or maybe has, I'm not really sure. But it's just like a bunch of jokes, and it doesn't read well. I didn't even read it. I listened to it as an audiobook, and he performed the audiobook, but it's just not the same. There's no laugh tracks, so it's sort of awkward, and then it just flows into the next joke, and I was like, okay. But I also found a lot of the jokes to be very outdated, which made me upset because I really liked Jerry Seinfeld, and I like sort of grew up with him as like my comedian on TV, and I don't know, there was just a lot of sexist jokes that I was like, these are like, I guess they would have been funny in the 80s, but like, they're not funny, and I don't have time for them, and I don't care, and I don't want to listen to it anymore. So, is this anything? No, it's not. Now today I finished 2 books, and I just want to start off by saying I am such an idiot. I was listening to 2 different audiobooks. One was called Keep Moving by Maggie Smith. And you see, I saw that in the audiobook store thing. I was like, oh my god, Maggie Smith, Dame Maggie Smith from Harry Potter, Professor McGonagall wrote a book? That is so cool. So I started reading it. It's just like a little ebook. I was reading it on the train, and it's really quick, really simple. It's essentially just like a motivational book. Most of it is like little quotes, and it jumps from these like little tiny like memoir bits, a couple pages telling a one-off story, and then it goes into like 20 pages of quotes, and each page is a different quote, and it ends with something, 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 keep moving. Like, just go out and live your day and keep moving. And there are like lots of motivational things, lots of things revolving around grief, which I feel like is really helpful, especially now. And the book, it was fine. Like, I thought it was interesting. However, I think it was very interesting because I thought it was written by Dame Maggie Smith. And I did not realize it was not Professor McGonagall until the very last page of the book, where I happened to just flip through the last couple of ebook pages because I didn't have anything else to read, and lo and behold is the About the Author page. And who's that? Not Dame Maggie Smith. Anyways, I feel really not smart. So, there's that. Was it good? I guess. Do I recommend it? I don't really know, because my entire view of it was clouded by the fact that I thought it was Maggie Smith, and I thought I was learning about Professor McGonagall's personal life, and I was like, how interesting. I didn't know she had kids. How interesting. I didn't know she had these problems. How interesting. I didn't know she wrote poetry, and she wrote a book. This book's pretty good, but it's still a pretty good book. It's just not written by Professor McGonagall. I also just finished Sense and Sensibility. I listened to this as an audiobook, and I'm not sure if that was the best idea because I was consistently confused about the characters. I don't know if it was the lady who did the reading was not doing a different enough voice for the characters for me to understand what was going on, or if I just wasn't focusing on the audiobook enough. I just didn't really know what was going on in the whole book. But to be honest, the bits that I did understand, I was like, this plot is sort of boring. Compared to her other books, I like Pride and Prejudice way better. I liked Emma way better. This one was about like 2 sisters, and they're falling in love with people, but they're love triangle, and then the person's fallen in love with someone else, and then are they getting engaged? Oh no, they're not. It was a safe, good bet. I'm glad they're not engaged. It was just, And then happy ending, of course. So I wasn't super into it. I'm gonna watch the movie because that's what I do every time I finish a Jane Austen book. So I'm assuming I'll probably like the movie better, but I didn't really like the audiobook. That's all I have for you today. I'll see you in a couple days when I finish my next book. Bye! Hello, it is May 19th, and I have just finished Klara and the Sun, and I genuinely really liked this book. I gave it 5 stars. I think the writing was really, really good. The characters were interesting. The plot was a little spooky. It wasn't as crazy as I thought it was going to be in the end, so I'm a little disappointed with the ending, I guess. But it was overall a good story, and I thought it was so interesting because it has an unreliable narrator. The plot follows an artificial intelligence friend who is in a store and then eventually bought by a family with a little girl, and then it's her job to just befriend this little girl and she's like a teenage girl, and make sure that the girl is not lonely. And this is like a dystopian future, and they have little like iPhones, and they have these other weird societal problems. They have pollution, they have job scarcity due to robots taking over. There's all different little things in there, a little creepy, a little spooky, and I really liked it. It was really, really good. Next, I'm planning on reading The Midnight Library. I'm very excited for this book. I've been waiting so long to get my hands on a copy of this, so I'm very excited. Also, look at this cover, it's so pretty. So that's what I'm reading next, and that's all I'm currently reading right now, actually. So hopefully I'll finish that this week, and I'll see you soon. Bye! Hello guys, it is Friday the 27th of May, I think? I don't know. We got this weird angle because I'm feeling lazy. Anyway, I just finished Convenience Store Woman last night. It was really good. Nice little short story. Very interesting. It's a Japanese author translated into English. It's a short story. It tells the story of this lady who works at a convenience store her entire life, essentially, and she's getting older, and she talks about societal pressures on gender roles and also just in general of how like convenience store workers aren't respected, and how she's constantly being asked when she's gonna get married, she's constantly being asked when she's gonna get a boyfriend, she's constantly being asked when she's gonna get a new job, why has she been at this convenience store so long. She also has some sort of problem where she doesn't understand social cues very well, so that's why this convenience store role works for her so well, and she enjoys it, and it's fulfilling for her. So essentially it's like, stop judging people is the moral. Like, stop judging people and like let people do their jobs. And I feel like that's especially relevant now with the pandemic, when people were making fun of McDonald's workers, and yet McDonald's is the only food place that's still open this whole pandemic. So they were like frontline workers just along with everybody else, and people need to reevaluate and stop judging. It also had a lot of commentary on gender roles, and I thought it was very interesting. There's also this really creepy man character that I did not enjoy, but I liked the book overall. 4 stars. I'm now reading Memory Police. I'm very excited about that one. It's also a Japanese author. So far, it's very spooky, so we love that. And that's all I have for you today. I hope you guys liked watching this month's video. I will make another one next month with my wrap-up of my June books. Oh my god, we're already almost in June. That's crazy. Also, please look forward to my graduation vlog, because guess who's finally graduating? It's your boy. I technically graduated in 2020, but we don't get a ceremony until now. So here we are. Bye!